Hello, JDM Workshop. Today we're going to be doing an oil change, the rear diff oil change, and just some little updates on my quad. So let's hop right into it, shall we? So the first thing we're going to do is drain the oil. Under here there's going to be a hole. With that hole you will find your drain plug, which is right here. I've already went ahead and drained the oil. It wasn't really excuse the semi-trucks, people. It wasn't really time for an oil change, but since I ride in water a lot, I thought I'd go ahead and change this oil. So we're going to go ahead and dispose of this properly, and then we're going to put the drain bolt back into the quad. After we get the drain bolt in, we'll be putting oil back in. So now we're going to drain this oil into our big barrel. There we go. Set our oil pan back over here like we always do. Get the cover so we don't drop anything important in there, like I've done before, and it's still at the bottom. So now we're going to go ahead and put the drain bolt in. So now we're going to put the drain bolt back in, which it goes right there. Come on, go back in. It's not very happy with me today. There we go. I think I got it started. Yep. Woo! It's slippery! That's what she said. And I'll clean all this up. Okay, so I'm going to get this put back in, and then after I get this put back in, I'll go ahead and show you putting oil. Okay, so now we're going to put some oil in the quad. This is what I'm putting in it. Castrol GTX high mileage, 1040. Preferably, I didn't want to use 1040, but really the only thing I could find at the time was high mileage. So we're going to go ahead and put 1.6 quarts of oil in the quad. So here we go. This is going to be quart number 1. Now I actually got this funnel from Walmart, and it seems to work pretty well. So we'll see what happens here. I bet she's gonna like this new oil though. Well, I guess while I'm doing this, I might as well tell you, my parts shipped for the quad, my lift kit, wheel spacers, my new tires, oh Lord. So everything's coming for it. I am so sorry about traffic. I live on the side of a highway. Well, mostly. But yeah, there's new stuff coming for it. Almost there. Let that drain a little bit more. So there's brand new like tires coming for it. Swamp Witch rears, Wanda fronts. There's a high lifter, 1.5 inch lift that actually lifts it like 2 inches. I'm getting 3 inch spacers. It's not 3 inch one side, but 1.5 each side. So front and rear, both tires are going to be out 1.5 inches, and then together it's going to be 3. The lift's coming. That's going to bring it up probably about 2-3 inches, which I think should work. That's good enough for me. You can see my nice little winch back there. But yeah, that's kind of what's coming for it right now. There's also going to be a snorkel that I'm going to be building here soon. It's going to come off from the airbox up around the motor. I'm going to wrap it, come up through. There's space right here without a, right in here without cutting anything. And I'm going to run it out the front so I don't cut my plastics. I really don't want to cut these plastics at all. So, there's that. Sorry for the click. Let's go ahead and put the rest of the oil in, and we should be good. So there's the 0.6 going in it right now. It's just a little over a half. I'm just letting it drain out of the tube. So, there we go. Go ahead and put the stopper back in it, and we will be done here. Okay, now to change the rear differential fluid, what you want to do is check your fluid level by removing this 10 millimeter bolt, which is your oil check bolt. If you have oil come out of that, you're good. If you're me and you ride in water, I'm going to go ahead and change mine while I'm at it. I'm basically doing a little mini service to it. There's another 10 millimeter bolt up under. You will see a, let me see if I can get you guys there. There's a recess, and you just get the bolt out of there. And mine actually felt in the oil dripping. I went ahead and opened mine. Go ahead and take your top, like, seal off. I wanna put a magnet in there, but I think everything's fine. I'm just gonna keep all my fluids checked over. So there's that, basically done dripping. And you can, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but there might be a little bit of water in that. It's really thick. I don't know what stock fluid it comes with, but I'm putting Valvoline 8090 in it, so that should be good. After I get my bolt out, the bolt back in here, and I'm ready to pour, I'll come right back. So there's probably a couple other ways to do this, but the way I'm going to do it is I have the oil check bolt out, so that's your max, that's as high as it should go. There's a hole down here in the bottom for a drain, and I have the cup of used oil already there. So what I'm going to do is I'm slowly going to put oil in until I see oil come out of this bolt. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. And remember, I'm using Valvoline 8090. So, good oil, good quad. Go ahead. Let some of that settle. That was a little bit, not much. I know this thing holds a decent amount. Oop. Jesus, that scared the crap out of me. But I think that's good for us right there. So I'm going to go ahead and throw the drain bolt in once that slows down, and throw the cap on it, and we'll be done with this. So that's everything back here all buttoned up, we're all tight, no longer dripping. That's just from the drain bolt. Got all the used oil right here, the oil that I just put in it. So I think now we're going to move on to the rest of this video. So I think while I'm doing this video, I might as well answer a few questions about the recon. Just general ones that I've seen from looking at forums. Plus, it seems like YouTube is pretty hateful against these things, which is weird. But a lot of people say it was like, oh, the 250 rear-wheel drive recons, they're not good at off-roading. And honestly, I beg to differ. I love this thing off-road. It's so much fun. I mean, we had almost 3 feet of snow last winter, and I took this out in it with those really almost bald tires. Bald to me, I'm used to having big lugs. But, it propelled me around all day long, and I was perfectly happy with it. I mean, yeah, I did tend to get stuck, but only if I slowed down. For the most part, this thing, if you keep your speed up, which is pretty easy considering mine's the electric shifter, you have nothing to worry about. It's quick, it's fun, and it gets around off-road. So, I don't know why people say these things aren't capable off-roaders at all. I mean, the snorkel's not that deep on it, honestly. I mean, it's right there. But if you put a snorkel on these, and yeah, they don't make snorkel kits, you make your own. And then you can take them off in mud and water. I mean, I already take mine in mud. Look how dirty this thing is. And this is after washing it. So, it's a capable mudder, especially with decent tires. It's great in water from what I've seen. And you guys will see me taking this thing probably up to the racks in water here soon. So, that's kind of the thing with off-roading with the Recon. It can do it. Don't let people tell you that the little 250 can't. It's so capable. So, yeah. And also something I see a lot is, oh, they don't sell winch kits for these. Well, you can put a winch on them and it doesn't take that much work. What you do is you take a 2014 Honda Recon winch mount. You go to the local hardware store and you get a ton of these little, like, muffler clamp U-joints. And you can use the stock mounts that come with it in the rear, on this rear bar, and you can use them on the Fairlead mount. Mine's just loose. I had to take it apart earlier for something, and I just haven't tightened all this up. But for the most part, this fits fine. The winch I have isn't a big fancy one. It's a Badlands 250, so it's capable for what I want to do. I got a 5,000 pound test line on it. It's more than whatever I'm going to do with it. I got a big beefy hook and just this to keep it floating if it's in water. I don't know how well it'll work, but good enough. I'm using the standard Badlands Fairlead that came with the winch, and this plate that I have the Fairlead on is actually a Badlands winch mount plate. I couldn't mount the winch in here because there wasn't enough room, but this plate is perfect for mounting Fairleads. I didn't have to cut anything for this. I didn't have to cut the frame. I didn't have to modify any of these bolts. Everything just went together perfectly on this quad. And then running the wires up, it was even easier. Because over here, you can see the control box. And I just have it zip tied to the bar, and it holds just fine. The wire's running up to the winch. So, that's kind of how you do a winch mount for these. They're super easy and simple. I honestly recommend doing it. With the Recon, yeah, it's very capable off-road. Will you get stuck? Yeah. Will you probably get stuck in really deep mud? Yeah. Will you need a winch? Very much so. And I have a big tow strap in the back of this thing to help too. So, that's... the Recons are too much fun. There's a Racer Civic that just went down the road. So that was kind of interesting. Oh, you guys should have seen the Volkswagen that went down the road earlier. But, actually, I do have a question for you guys who watch the videos. With the 2016 Recon, with the weird headlights that these things have, not the round ones that show up when you search them, but the weird ones. I'm trying to find a cross-reference to them to put better lights in this thing. I honestly want to get HIDs, because I like HIDs, they're nice and bright. The stock lights on this thing aren't too terribly bright, but okay then. They're not too terribly bright, but they work fine. I like the LED tail lights more. I wish it would have came with LED front headlights. But yeah, that's kind of how I have the winch set up. So if you guys want to do what I did, feel free to ask questions. But you can see how it is there. So that's how the winch is done. Thank you everyone for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. More videos like this to come soon. I finally have a handheld mount for my camera, so more interesting videos, I guess. Plus this handle, it floats, so we might be able to get some more water shots. There's actually going to be a video coming out here soon. I'm trying my hand at editing for the first time, so we're going to see how that turns out. I have a bunch of different shots of me and Josh riding around. I'm actually working on it now. Yeah, it would be probably by the time this video comes up, probably about 10 o'clock at night, I'll be working on the video. It's about, I have about 3-4 hours worth of video to go through, so we'll see how that goes. But don't forget to like and subscribe, guys, for more videos. Well, not really for more videos. I'm going to put out more videos anyway. But don't forget to like and subscribe. You know, subscribe somewhere in this direction. Watch this very interesting video and this very interesting video. So, I'll see y'all.